Sometimes abuse doesn't stop when an argument is over. Have you ever experienced that? Sometimes it continues through people you love the most, and children should never be put in the middle of an adult conflict. But in an abusive relationship, they're often used as messengers or spies or even weapons against the other parent. So in this Survivor to Survivor episode, we're talking about what happens when an abusive parent begins planting fear into the children to control you. This is Survivor to Survivor.
Survivor to Survivor, break the silence. In the depths of silence, a voice emerges. A voice that says, "You are not alone." Welcome to Survivor, where strength rises through shared stories, where pain transforms into resilience, where survivors connect and empower each other. Your story matters. Your voice matters. You matter. Join the movement. Subscribe now. Welcome to Survivor to Survivor.
Welcome back. We're happy to have you on this Friday edition of Survivor to Survivor. So let's get into the email I received. It says, "Hi Tara, I don't know if I'm overreacting, but something has been happening with our children that is breaking my heart. My husband and I have had problems for years. He's controlling and can be verbally abusive, and anytime we argue, he finds a way to make me feel like I'm the bad guy. Lately, I've noticed our kids are acting differently. My youngest cries every time I leave for work and asks if I'm ever coming back. My oldest has started asking strange questions like, 'Mom, if you leave us, can we still call you?' At first, I had no idea where this was coming from. Then one night, my 8-year-old said, 'Daddy told us that if you keep being mean to him, you're probably going to leave us and start a new family.' I couldn't believe it. When I confronted my husband, he laughed and said, 'I was just preparing them for reality.' Now my children look at me different. They're anxious, they're scared every time we argue, and I feel like I'm constantly trying to prove that I'm not going anywhere. Is this another form of abuse, or am I reading too much into it?" First, I want you to hear this. Your instincts are picking up on something that is very, very important. Children deserve to feel safe emotionally. And when a parent repeatedly tells them the other parent is going to abandon them, especially without any basis in reality, that creates fear, insecurity. Children aren't equipped to process those kinds of things. This isn't just about saying something hurtful. It's about influencing the children to see the parent they trust be deemed untrustworthy. Abusive parents sometimes use fear as a way to strengthen their own position. So if the children become anxious enough and they cling more tightly to the parent out of fear, they consider that a win. And unfortunately, that fear can follow the children for years. They might begin to worry every time a parent leaves the house, like you've experienced already, feel responsible for keeping the family together, believe love is unstable and conditional. They can develop all kinds of anxiety problems around separation and abandonment. What concerns me the most is that your husband dismissed your concern instead of recognizing that it has an emotional impact on the children. Healthy parents don't create fear in their children to win an argument with their spouse. They just don't. Now, I also want to encourage you not to respond by criticizing their father back to them in return. Your children need at least one emotionally safe parent who doesn't ask them to choose sides. Instead, reassure them consistently, tell them the truth in age-appropriate ways, help them understand adult disagreements are never, ever the child's responsibility. And if these comments continue, I suggest you start documenting them. If necessary, speak with a therapist or advocate experienced in family trauma and high conflict relationships so your children have support too. One loving, emotionally safe parent can make just a huge difference in a child's life. Never underestimate the power of your consistency. So, children should never be used as emotional weapons between parents. If you've experienced an abusive partner trying to turn your children against you or make them afraid, what helped your children feel safe again? Your experience could help other parents protect their relationships with their children. So put that in the comments, please. If you'd like to submit a question for a future Survivor episode, email us at podcast@breakthesilencedv.org. We will keep all your information anonymous. Also, Survivor to Survivor is here to help continue educating families and supporting survivors. We do that through our Walmart's Spark Good Roundup program. Search for Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence and round up your purchase to support survivors and their children. Every small act of kindness helps build safer futures. And we will see you next Friday on Survivor to Survivor.